3 years ago, I set out to construct the most powerful nootropic stack for focus, motivation, and sheer cognitive horsepower. I logged hundreds of hours, sampled endless amounts of cognitive performance chemicals, and ran beta tests with soldiers from the United States Army. And after massive experimentation and ruthless trial and error, my work had finally paid off. I found what I was looking for.
The one thing that we asked people, one thing that people really requested in the beta testing process of Cortex, particularly the heavy nootropics users, was make me a natural stack that's comparable to medium dose modafinil. And that's what we tried to do with Cortex. If you are in the 80 to 90 percentile of people that respond well to it, that's how it's going to affect you. We call it Workhorse for a reason. Snag a bottle at livecortex.com. We sell this now in 7 countries. This is a direct competitor with Alpha Brain, Siltep, True Brain, and the rest of them. And it is, in my opinion, of course, but I mean, I think objectively one of the best nootropic stacks commercially available on the market, particularly because of the power of uridine and CDP choline as a combination in the ingredient quantities we have in there. This is sort of different and a little deviant from nootropics, but I think relevant because there's a lot of overlap between nootropics and life longevity, biohacking, and these sorts of things. And I basically just want to say that the main point is the medical community doesn't want to fix your problem, so you have to fix your problem. That's the main point. Doctors and the medical establishment in general are superb for diagnosing you, right? They have all the advanced equipment that can test you for HIV, hepatitis, Lyme disease, vitamin D, vitamin B12, vitamin B9, everything else on the sun, magnesium, etc. Liver enzymes, these sorts of things. They're tremendous for that, and you doing that at home is probably not going to be at the degree of granularity that they can achieve. So that's what they use the medical industry for. It's not a conspiracy theory to say that the medical industry just wants to sell you symptom mitigating drugs, and that's it. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's business. It's how it works. There's no question about it, right? Otherwise, they would sell you cures, which do exist for things. So what you have to do, and I think we all recognize this, 2017 and beyond is an environment in which the information available to solve your particular problem is on the internet and lies in your continued experimentation with that information and seeing what works for your particular physiology, your particular gut microbiome, your particular brain physiology, your particular mitochondrial energy production situation. It's funny, people 10 years ago, there was a lot more credence to this. Nowadays, people look at these kind of people and go, I'm not sure if you're sure about this. If folks go, are you going to listen to some guy on the internet? Or you're going to get health advice from the internet? Yeah, hey, stupid. The internet is the fucking biggest repository of tens of millions of people's individual experiences. Like it's a hive brain. That's one of the most significant places to get information about how to fix your particular problem. Not everything's going to apply to you, obviously, but you got to learn, understand, consume, then experiment, see what fits. But yes, the environment now is where, not for everything, of course, but for a lot of things, get a diagnosis from the medical establishment. Understand what they want to do for you treatment-wise, and maybe it's the best way. But in a lot of cases, understanding the diagnosis and then perhaps talking to a functional medicine doctor or a naturopath is probably the better route if you want to get to the root function of what's happening that's underlying your problem, disease, etc. Functional medicine doctors, as an example, that's what they do. They focus on the root function that has gone awry in your body that's causing the issue. And there's always that. Right? This is a root function or functions, a multitude of things that have gone wrong. It's pretty black and white, perhaps just not measurable at this stage in our evolution and advancement medically, but it can be understood, and that's what functional medicine doctors do. And so I think that, that's the basic gist of it. The medical community, sure, your doctor likes you, whatever. They mean well, but it's a system, it's a business. They want to sell you symptom mitigating drugs, no question about it. And fine, because some of that restores quality of life, etc. But you want to actively be scouring the net, reading as much as you can, experimenting a lot, safely, to try to solve your own problem. And basically the last statement I'll say that I think is a little daunting, but also liberating, is that sometimes for your particular health issue, the medical community is not going to fix your problem. They're not going to solve your problem. You have to solve your problem. and you can use their diagnostic work and technology to understand your problem, and then you use other people's experiences, lots of research and lots of experimentation to ultimately solve the problem. That's the bottom line. Thanks for watching.